Hey everybody, it's Jeremy with ZTP Mag. I'm here with the guys in Devil You Know. How are you guys doing?
Good, man. How you doing?
Pretty good. We're here in Columbus, Ohio. You guys are getting ready to play the Newport Music Hall. Have you ever played here?
I've not personally. Have you guys? Have any of you guys played? Yeah.
I have.
I think so.
So, how long have you guys been on this tour right here?
We're just over 2 weeks, and we're almost about halfway exactly.
So, tell me about They Bleed Red, and how the album's going, how it's being received with everybody.
You guys should take that one.
We should take that. All right. They Bleed Red. That's the last album we put out. It's we were really happy with it. It's it was a lot of fun to make and a lot of fun to perform. It's pretty heavy. Deals with lots of different personal topics and some about people that I've been close to, past and present. But it's a fun listen because it's heavy.
Yeah, it's definitely heavier than some previous work. But so you seem pretty happy about it. What's the biggest struggle you had with that, if you had one at all?
I don't know. It's usually to find a decent dinner. Because you never know where you are half the time. It's like, what am I to do? It's like, do I Google? Do I Yelp? I mean, come on. Is that any real help? Feed me.
I heard there's a lady down in Nashville. I'm not sure how often you get through Nashville, but she's known to cook like boxes of just chicken for bands because I'm sure you've all been there. But when you're an opening band, you gotta sell merch just to get your food.
You don't have her address, do you?
I don't even know what her name is, but it's a rumor I heard from another band I talked to. I can't even remember. So
Someone in Dallas like that, and she's amazing.
Is it Paula Dean? What is happening?
I heard her program's not so popular these days.
Is that a black joke?
No, it's her workout program.
Oh, right,
Pilates,
right. Oh, she has lost a lot of weight.
called Curves, right?
Oh, yeah. But yeah, she kind of cut down on the butter. She's looking a lot better.
So if you guys could have anything on tour, like what should somebody bring you?
Oh, man. Well, let's go with the given, soda or candy. But
That'll get you through a night.
a dog to pet every day on tour, that would be my personal paradise.
Yeah, seriously.
But you can't eat that afterwards. I mean, you could.
No, and a puppy preferably. Like, I still think there should be. I'm gonna copyright this, so don't fucking steal it if anyone has. But I think there should be an app that you can hire puppies and just play with them for $10 an hour. Someone will do it.
I think they do that for veterans.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. But we just want to pet puppies.
I don't want to just pet puppies. I want to pet my dog. So basically, I need someone to go to my house, get my dog, and bring him to my show, then drive him back the next, or that next morning, so that somebody else can pick him up and bring him to the next show for me to pet him. And and tacos. I really like some tacos.
And what about you?
Decent food. That's the thing. For after the show. Yeah, licorice and Pringles.
Some of this stuff might actually show up. Somebody might kidnap your dog and just show up to your show.
A grown man eating black licorice, for shame. Ugh.
That'll be me.
Yeah, and it's like the legit stuff. It's like the salted black licorice, the brutal stuff. You either like it or you don't.
Is that
real?
Oh,
Seriously,
yeah.
It's like Satan's blackheads. That's what that stuff is. Just package it.
So, if you guys could tour with any band, alive or dead, who would you tour with?
Come back to me. I got to think of that for a second.
The Rolling Bones, because they're kind of both.
Damn. I don't know. Black Sabbath. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of on an Opeth kick right now. The new record's out, and I've been listening to it every day, and I think it'd be really cool. Mainly just so I could watch them play every day.
So, what are your major influences?
I grew up listening to a lot of punk music. One of my all-time favorite bands is Descendants, Dead Kennedy, stuff like that. That really doesn't show in my influences, but I mean that's like where I got into it. But then as soon as like I found bands like Pantera, the obvious four and stuff like that, There's a handful of bands out there, like local stuff that I'm into in Orange County, and but I kind of listen to a little bit of everything. It's hard to like specifically name specific bands because I'll go from listening to like Grand Funk Railroad, and then I'll straight up listen to Andy Williams,
Right.
like Christmas, not the Christmas tunes, but you know.
Andy Williams from Every Time I Die?
The other Andy Williams.
Oh,
I know.
okay.
I bring up Andy Williams. Like, oh yeah, I know that guy. I'm like, yeah, no, you don't.
Yeah.
It's different Andy Williams. But then, you know, I'll go and I'll listen to Gojira and Opeth and stuff like that, and then I'll straight up listen. I love classic rock. I guess maybe that would be where my more main influence stuff. I like a lot of like old classic rock and funk.
I don't know. I'm definitely influenced a lot by, just a lot of heavy music, a lot of rock, a lot of anything that was fun to listen to for me. And like Faith No More definitely falls under that umbrella. Watching wrestling definitely falls under that umbrella. I'm a huge fan of the Macho Man, Randy Savage. He was awesome. He's missed daily. It's good stuff. And I also
It was just a pause.
So your what would be your top ticket? Macho Man versus you?
oh come on,
You've got to learn some moves, over the years.
come on, that's an easy win. I'm a scrub. I'm a jabroni. Come on. You know what? I'm gonna go with my boy Chris Jericho. Boom.
That works. And then he can go on tour with you.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You heard him.
I guess just like classic rock and 70s, most of that, all that stuff. Just still love it. Still listen to it.
So, question for you, Howard. How do you take care of your voice? You've got a one-of-a-kind voice. You're doing metal. You're screaming. You're singing clean. You're doing all sorts of stuff. How do you take care of it?
Here's no lie the secret. Before you play, go, I'm fine. Honestly, I don't take care of it, and that's what's terrible. I really should.
No, I'd probably, I'd say pepper jack, mac and cheese, Taco Bell hot spicy sauce, maybe a half a bottle of water, and then roll out of bed, and then he goes on stage.
Have you got?
The warm up is the walk from the bus to stage.
Gotta do a little bit of stretching. No stretching. No nothing.
Getting those nodes all warmed up there. Yeah.
I heard him scream into a towel once at the first day. He's like, "Yep, all right, sounds good." That's all he does. It blows my mind because I do some singing and it's like, oh man, my voice feels a little weird. It's first show. We've had like a month or two off. It's really easy to blow out your voice that way, especially if you don't have a monitor. And it's first day. It's just like not exercising and then exercising after a month of doing nothing. Right. And then he just walks out and does it and just poo-poo on us.
So this is kind of a random. I don't know if there will be a good answer for it, but if somebody 14, that's illegal. No, I'm just kidding. So
Wow, where was your mind? I was just thinking a random number.
So, what do you want somebody who's just heard your record, your whole catalog, just for the first time? What do you want them to walk away thinking? Maybe.
What do I? No, say again. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
If somebody hears your records for the first time, what are you hoping they're walking away with? It's kind of a weird question. I don't know if it makes sense, but what kind of impression do you want to leave on them?
And empty your wallet.
That is the perfect fucking answer. Perfect.
I don't know. It's we spend a lot. All of us have spent a lot of our personal time doing this, and it's our living. And I don't know. I think as someone looking at this band on the outside, it's really interesting on how personal the lyrics are. You don't really get that a lot with some bands, or it's some in a twisted way a 22-year-old's perception on the world. Like, okay, yeah, maybe you hate your mom and dad or something like that, But that goes away in your 30s, and you're not angry anymore, really. So you're screaming about stuff that you don't really care about anymore. But I think with this band, there's a lot of stuff that he writes. It's knowing him and being personal. It's like, it's pretty personal. So it's like, if you really look into it, I mean, there's stuff that's obvious. I think that's really cool. So, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that like kids deal with that our music is about.
That was a good answer too. Like your answer. Do you have an answer?
Nah.
Man with the. Well, y'all got shades on.
Both of those just put together.
Yeah, I just lean over to him. Yes.
I was literally going to say, I write songs about, it's like, just how angry I am. Like, I can't find my fishing license. It's like, connection.
So, speaking of connection, tell everybody where they can connect with Devil You Know. Where can they find you, pick up your records, all that stuff?
Google.
You're doing the let me Google that for you?
No, it's really funny because he handed the mic to the dude who has zero social media. Out of anyone I know, he doesn't have a Facebook, an Instagram, a Twitter, a Twatter, or whatever. Nothing. I can't. Sometimes he'll pick up a cell phone. When he first joined the band, he didn't have a cell phone. Or when the band was starting, we first went on tour. He's like, I gotta buy a cell phone.
You probably broke it. All the anger,
I had one for
Dude,
years.
I just went off the grid, man. It was fantastic.
Found him. He had a fucking bear fur on. He had fucking tennis rackets.
Living inside of a horse's stomach,
Seriously, that's where I had a halo of hair. It was just like everything. I literally hadn't shaved or cut my hair for like 2.5 years. This is not a joke. It was, I just kind of looked like a living tire. It was like, it was just perfect circumference all around. It was so weird.
When Ron Burgundy goes in and out of the phone booth in the bar. That's kind of what it was.
So, Google their stuff. I know you're on Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. Go pick up the latest album. Real quick, before we end it, what's coming up? What's coming down the chute? Any new music coming out? You're gonna talk?
Hey, I said no earlier. We have a tour in January. We're doing UK and Russia, and then we'll be in the studio working on the third record.
Can't wait to hear it. I appreciate it, guys.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Can't wait to see you guys on stage.
Appreciate it.
Smile pretty for me. It'll be a good time. I'll get good pictures, and you can put it on your social. Oh, no.
Yeah.
I'll seal it with